Okay, good day, eh? Welcome to C7 Hobbies Episode 2. I'm Colossal Meltdown. My friends call me Colossal or CMD. Why Colossal? Well, with the name of Hugh Jass, yeah, Colossal will do. Today I wanted to talk about what you actually need to start into 40K. There are many videos out there, so what makes this one different? We have 2 fours of maple syrup and back bacon. But in all seriousness, I'm going to touch on things that people won't tell you or fail to tell you, and what you really need to know to truly enjoy and be successful in this hobby. I've spoken on how things have changed in almost every single way from back in the day, eh? Back when the internet was about this high or second edition. The hobby has changed and evolved in many ways for the best, but in others, well, that could be another video. So, no, but I do crochet from time to time. Let's begin. So, why 40K? Is it the lore? A tale? A story? Or is it the models? How awesome and cool something is. Being artistic and painting? The army color palettes? Is it the game? The strategy? Personal interactions? Rolling of the dice? Is it list building? Coming up with missions and narrative play? Or maybe it's seeing your hard-working little figurines getting blown away in turn one. No, I'm not bitter about it. What is it about 40K that has drawn you into the hobby? It may sound like a silly question, but the better and more detailed you can answer the question, the more you can understand your motivations. When all is said and done, this is a hobby. This is supposed to be fun. Say it with me now. This is supposed to be fun. Eh? Or for my French Canadians, c'est supposé être amusant. Eh? Many people start and do drop out because it stops being fun. If you ever ruin the fun for others, then take off, eh? Don't be a hoser. Don't ruin the fun for others. Take off. I've been back and forth and around the Great White North more times than I can count. If someone or something takes away from your fun, then you don't need that type of negativity in your life, let alone in your hobby. Now, this might not be for you if you think you'll be quickly auto building models, this might not be for you. If you think your first models will be golden demon winners, this might not be for you. FYI, Golden Demon is like the Super Bowl or WrestleMania of painting competitions. If you think your army will survive every turn and you'll win every game you play, this might not be for you. But it will be loads of fun and you'll learn something new almost every day. Now, like any hobby, there's always going to be some startup costs. But let's get it as low as possible. You need to make sure you really actually enjoy it and will stick with it. I'll do basic tools. I can do a more in-depth video in the future about tools. If there are any specific you would like me to cover, just let me know in the comments. Okay, so you like the lore. Loads of stories and tales. They're all online. And then there are kilograms of books out there. Oh, for my American friends, 907 kilograms is like a US ton. Not to be mixed up with the British ton, eh? Or to make it easier, I think it's about 3 miles, give or take a Tuesday. All the rules are available online. Get physical rule books if you really like pretty pictures. What do you like most about the lore? Tell me in the comments. Now, picking out an army. Where to start? Well, the rule of cool. Take a look at all the armies, troops online at your local store. Take a look at the people who've been in the hobby a while. I'll let you in on a little secret. The longer they're in the hobby, the more armies they have. It's science. Each army has their own play styles. Play a game with friends or at a store. Start with the basics and work your way up each new game. I've seen people cut out paper figures and glue cardboard to play with just cutouts, just to get a few games. They did it in the second edition.
Pew pew.
Ask lots of questions. There's an army kill team out there calling for you. Building models. Well, rules will change, miniatures will last forever. I know. Experienced gamers will say, but Colossal, you need to talk about what happens when Games Workshop move models into Legends. My answer, no. These people are just starting out, eh? Don't worry about items moving to Legends. That's when Games Workshop move items they'll no longer support. But you're starting out, so you don't need to worry about this. You can play with friends and pick up games with these models. If anyone says otherwise, tell them to take off. Combat Patrol. Good way to start. 500 points. They're cheaper than getting each item individually. Plus, it's often a range of items, like a vehicle, couple of troops, depending on the army. Then there's kill teams. Those are a lower barrier to entry. They're about 100 to 125 points for elites. Yes, they are different games, but starting with a kill team and working your way up, that's okay. Not everyone can jump in so quickly. You can also buy secondhand. Get things at third-party stores, often reduced. Get sales and discounts where you can. That's okay. Don't drop loads of money until you know for sure you're going to enjoy and be successful in the hobby, eh? You don't want to be wasting your Canadian Tire money like that, eh? No. So don't make it more complicated or more expensive than it needs to be. All you need are cutters, a hobby knife, and some plastic glue, if the model's in plastic. Other glue, if it's another material like metal or resin, you can use crazy glue, but be careful. Don't want glue in your fingers or your eyelids shut. True story. Do it in a well-ventilated area because, fumes. Use a placemat or something to not scratch or scuff your table surface. Your parent, wife, or partner will thank you. Paint and styles. Just paint, man. You just need to start. You need and you'll improve over time. Take paint to brush to model. Get paint on your models. We can talk later about highlights, effects, etc. Unless you want to play with unpainted miniatures. And that's okay too. You'll often hear thin your paints or too thin coats, referring to that each color should be thin enough to not cover up enough details, and you should paint 2 coats for best coverage. We can get into more details in another video. In the end, you'll spend more time painting than you're going to be doing anything else in this hobby combined. It's the 80-20 rule. Ensure you're painting and enjoying it. And if not, well, you can start with an easy paint scheme. For example, base your miniatures in black and then add metallic trim and some basic colors. Boom, you're done. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about, eh? Never, ever not paint in fear. Don't think you're either not good enough or you're not ready. I did this and I did not paint a specific model for over 30 years because I didn't think I was ready. This is something I will talk about in another video. You need to base your miniatures. Something to allow the paint to cling to. A spray can or a brush-on primer will work. Depending on your army, take that color. Want an army in red? Get a red base color. Want them in blue? Get them in blue base. Just make it easier. What? People are going to bring up airbrushes? Really? When you start, did you buy an airbrush to paint base your first set of minis? Yeah. No, didn't think so. So take off. Do you need a wet palette? Eventually. If you enjoy painting, but you don't need one to start off with. If you get a paint set, get one of the starter sets or get the primary colors to mix and create other colors. Get a white and black, maybe a brown, and a couple of metallics, but you don't need them all. What brushes should you get? Get a cheap set. Normally synthetics to start out is good. Yes, eventually you'll want to invest in good Kolinsky brushes, but to start off, you don't need to. You can use a simple cup or a jar filled with water to clean your brushes. You can also use running water, but man, it's hard to catch up and keep up sometimes. Brush soap to clean your brushes. They help and prolong the life of your brushes. If not, you can also use mild shampoo or soap. Your models, once they're built and painted, now you need to base them, adding cool rocks, plants, grass, and whatnot to the base. This has blown my mind. Don't waste your money until later. All of that you need is already outside. Go for a walk, touch nature, get your basing materials. Use typical white glue on your bases and then sprinkle some sand, some tiny rocks, add a little bit of paint, and boom, you're done. Again, this is for starters. So in closing, what do you need? Understand why you want to get into Warhammer 40K. 2, pick up an army or troop type. 3, pick up a cutter, knife, and some glue. 4, get some paints and some brushes. And 5, have fun. Take a look at what we get at your local hobby store. If you're like me, everything is so far away, hey, in the Great White North, even via snowshoe or dog sled. See what local shops ship. There are loads more information I can provide. Sure, but this is for those for starting out. Again, each item can be its own video. If you want me to go more into details or have other questions, please let me know in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to not miss any future episodes. This will help the channel grow too. Please share any ideas, feedback, comments below in the comments. I will read each comment. You can also follow me on Instagram at Colossal Meltdown. Other socials are forthcoming. I greatly appreciate your support and thank you. So go forth, be awesome, and paint for the paint gods, eh?